Imagine gliding an Airbus A320 over New York City with both engines failed. That's exactly what happened on a chilly day in January of 2009. U.S. Airways Flight 1549, under the steady hand of Captain Chesley Sullenberger, had just taken off from LaGuardia Airport when a flock of birds caused both engines to fail. Now picture the calm and composed Captain Sullenberger making a split-second decision that would write a new chapter in aviation history. With no power and limited options, he chose to land on the frigid Hudson River. Miraculously, due to the crew's quick thinking and precise execution, all 155 passengers and crew members survived. This incident, now famously known as the Miracle on the Hudson, showcased the true essence of skill, courage, and the human will to survive against all odds. A true miracle on the Hudson, setting the bar high for our countdown. Now, picture a Boeing 767 turned glider, out of fuel and descending rapidly. This was the chilling reality of Air Canada Flight 143. Due to a miscalculation in fuel conversion, the aircraft found itself mid-flight with empty tanks. The pilots faced the daunting task of getting their massive jet, now a powerless glider, safely to the ground. But here's where the story takes an extraordinary turn. The pilots, drawing on their extensive experience and training, managed to glide their way to a decommissioned airfield in Gimli. That's right, a landing strip that was no longer in use and was even partially converted into a racetrack. Against all odds, the pilots executed a miraculous landing. And the most remarkable part? Not a single life was lost. The crew's quick thinking and impeccable piloting skills turned a potential disaster into a testament of human ingenuity and resilience. A glider of a different kind indeed. Imagine flying a plane with no hydraulics, a feat deemed impossible. Welcome to the story of United Airlines Flight 232. On a seemingly normal day, the unthinkable happened. An engine explosion caused the plane to lose all hydraulic controls. Suddenly, the crew found themselves in an aircraft that was virtually unmanageable. But did they surrender to their fate? Absolutely not. Instead, they decided to confront the impossible. Despite the odds, they managed to manipulate the throttles of the two remaining engines to guide the plane towards Sioux City. It was a desperate gambit, a shot in the dark, but it was all they had. The landing was far from smooth. It was a controlled crash more than anything else. Yet miraculously, more than half of the people on board survived. This incident stands as a testament to the extraordinary skill of the crew, their unyielding determination, and their refusal to give up, even in the face of certain disaster. A testament to the human spirit and determination. Picture an airliner, cruising at 24,000 feet when suddenly, a large section of the roof rips off. Imagine the horror, the sheer panic. This was the reality for those aboard Aloha Airlines Flight 243. It was a typical day in late April of 1988. The sun was out, the skies were clear. Suddenly, a large section of the fuselage ripped off mid-flight, leaving the passengers and crew exposed to the elements at a chilling altitude. Despite the catastrophic damage and intense conditions, the pilot, Captain Robert Schornsteimer, remained calm. He navigated the crippled aircraft through the skies, making a miraculous emergency landing at Kahului Airport on Maui. Most of the passengers were saved, a testament to the quick thinking and exceptional skill of the flight crew. This was a flight that truly defied the odds, an aviation miracle that will forever be remembered in the annals of history. A flight that truly defied the odds. Envision a Boeing 777 just 2 miles from Heathrow, when both engines fail. Suddenly, the hum of the engines is replaced by an eerie silence. This is the grim reality faced by passengers and crew of British Airways Flight 38 on a chilly January day in 2008. The culprit? An unexpected ice buildup in the fuel system. The plane, on its final approach, had no propulsion, leaving the cockpit crew with a daunting task. They had to glide this massive bird to safety without any engine power. The aircraft fell short of the runway, crash landing on the grassy field just adjacent to it. Despite the abrupt landing, the skillful handling of the aircraft by the pilots ensured that all 152 people on board were safe. Miraculously, there were no fatalities, only a few minor injuries. This flight is a testament to the training, skill, and calm under pressure of aircraft pilots. A chilling incident with a heartwarming end. Picture an Airbus halfway over the Atlantic when the fuel gauge starts dropping rapidly. This is the chilling tale of Air Transat Flight 236. It was a seemingly ordinary day in August of 2001, when this Airbus A330, packed with passengers, found itself in a dire situation. The plane, en route from Toronto to Lisbon, began to lose fuel at an alarming rate over the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. Yet in the face of this potential disaster, the pilots exhibited exceptional skill and composure. They managed to glide the aircraft without any engine power for a staggering 120 kilometers, a feat unprecedented in aviation history. Their destination? A small island in the Azores. Miraculously, they managed to execute a safe landing at Lajes Air Base, sparing all 296 souls on board. A flight that truly went the distance. This is the remarkable story of Air Transat Flight 236, a testament to the marvel of human resilience and skill in the face of adversity. Imagine a cargo plane just after takeoff when a missile strikes an engine. It's the 23rd of November 2003, a DHL Airbus. A300 has just departed from Baghdad when chaos ensues. A missile, launched from the ground, slams into the plane's left wing, crippling the aircraft's hydraulic systems. Under normal circumstances, this would be a fatal blow, but the crew aboard this DHL flight were anything but ordinary. Despite being in a plane that was, for all intents and purposes, uncontrollable, they didn't panic. Instead, they fell back on their extensive training and immense courage. Using only the engine throttles for control, they managed to steer the plane back to Baghdad. A nail-biting white-knuckle descent ensued, culminating in a rough but safe landing back at the airport. The crew emerged unscathed, their bravery averting what could have been a catastrophic disaster. This DHL incident serves as a testament to human resilience and ingenuity, a true display of courage under fire. Picture a passenger plane with its landing gear stuck sideways. Now that's a scenario no pilot wants to face. But on September 21, 25, JetBlue Flight 292 saw this nightmare come to life. The Airbus A320, carrying 145 souls on board, reported a landing gear malfunction shortly after takeoff. The nose wheel was jammed at a 90-degree angle, the exact opposite direction it was supposed to be for a safe landing. In a display of sheer skill and nerves of steel, the pilot, Captain Scott Burke, circled the plane above Los Angeles for 3 hours, burning off excess fuel. This was done to ensure a safer landing and to keep the risk of a fire outbreak to a minimum. Then, in a textbook demonstration of precision and control, Captain Burke managed to land the plane safely. The nose wheel sparked and smoked, but didn't catch fire. A smooth landing, against all odds. Imagine a double-decker Airbus when one of its engines explodes mid-flight. This is the harrowing tale of Qantas Flight 32. In 2010, this Airbus A380, the largest passenger jet in the world, was en route from Singapore to Sydney when one of its 4 engines catastrophically failed. The explosion was so severe it caused significant damage to the wing. The situation seemed dire to say the least. But this is a story not of disaster, but of remarkable skill and teamwork. The crew, led by Captain Richard de Crespigny, swiftly assessed the damage, made the crucial decision to return to Singapore, and began the complex task of managing the aircraft's many systems. Despite the damage, they were able to stabilize the plane and make an emergency landing, saving all 469 people on board. This was Qantas Flight 32, a flight that demonstrated the power of teamwork and expertise in the face of adversity. A flight that proved teamwork can overcome any crisis. Now, picture a plane crash in the Andes, with survivors stranded for 72 days. This is not a scene from a movie, but the real-life story of the 1972 Andes flight disaster. The Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571, carrying a rugby team, crashed into the heart of the Andes Mountains. In the face of brutal weather, scarce food supplies, and the unforgiving mountain terrain, the survivors faced the ultimate test of human spirit and resilience. For over 2 months, they battled against the odds, managing to stay alive in the harshest of conditions. Their story, a testament to the incredible strength of human will, was a beacon of hope in the face of utter despair. After an unimaginable 72 days, 16 survivors were finally rescued, their story echoing around the world. A story of survival and the human will to live, ending our countdown on a high note. This was the miracle of the Andes, a testament to humanity's indomitable spirit.